Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/familybirthcenter. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
The fall sports season on the PSP Network begins tonight with some crosstown boys soccer action between the Minot North Sentinels and Minot High Magicians from Dwayne Carlson Stadium in Minot, North Dakota. Glad to have you with us here for another season of fall sports on the PSP Network. I'm Owen Patterson, and welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. We start with the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show ahead of our first sports action of the season on the PSP Network. But even though it's our start tonight, the high school soccer season is, they're fully into action already. We're already into week 1 of conference play. You can see by the records there, Minot High off to a strong 2-0 start. Minot North in conference play, a 1-0 start. We'll get more into how that happened in just a moment, but we'd like to remind you that with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed to stay in your car, drive through oil change service will take about 15 minutes at any of their Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot or Bismarck. You can also find them online at VIOC.com. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change, proud sponsors of our pregame show here on the PSP Network. Well, last year these two teams met up twice in the first season of varsity soccer for the Minot North Sentinels, and it was a pretty lopsided couple of matches, going a combined 16 goals to none in favor of Minot High. The first one in August ended 10-0 in favor of the Magi. Got closer the second time around, but still a 6-0 win for the Magi, and that has fueled the Sentinels, who did pick up 3 strong WDA victories to end that 2024 season with 4 wins overall in their first season of play. But it's a Minot North team that gained plenty of great experience last year in 2024, and their head coach Ellen Jebbins brings in a very nice unit for the 2025 season, hoping to rewrite things in this rivalry against the Minot High Magicians. Meanwhile, it's basically a whole new slate for the Magi in 2025. They graduated 13 seniors from last year's 4th place team at the state soccer tournament. They do bring back, though, some really important pieces. We'll get to them in our Prestwich Orthodontics players to watch, but it should be known that this is going to be a whole new look to a Sentinel versus Magi soccer rivalry from what we had in 2024. Exciting stuff is on the way, including kickoff. We're just getting started with the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network. Keys of the game, players to watch, and the starting lineups are coming up next. You're watching this presentation of high school soccer on the PSP Network.
Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go. The team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
History book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
The scoop. No, he went up and got it.
As we welcome you back into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, ahead of our WDA soccer opener on the PSP Network. Let's jump right into our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game tonight. Northern Plains Heating and Air has over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts and the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Northern Plains Heating and Air. The keys to the game tonight, really, I think it's one for both sides. They're two very offensive-heavy teams. They've been able to net goals through their first 2 or 3 matches of the season, depending on who you're talking about at the moment. They're led by the offenses, but what's going to come down to tonight is 2 goalkeepers that could really put on 2 very different shows this season and between each match. Pictured on your screen right now is Minot North's netminder Griffin Wald, who is coming off probably the best goalkeeping performance of his career, which spans just over a year plus now. It was against the Williston Coyotes, a state tournament team from a season ago. Wald saved 7 of 7, pitching his first career shutout. He's upped his save percentage from 62% last year up to 69% through 3 matches in 2025. Wald has been a very nice improvement for the Minot North Sentinels, something they have needed since last season, where they were just simply outscored in too many games. Their offense, which was very nice a year ago, just couldn't keep up with the goals that were being scored against them. On the other side for Minot High, they have to do some replacing in the goal, and that they count on Ian Stewart, the senior, who played only JV action a year ago. He's saving nearly 72% of all shots on net this year, while also pitching a shutout of his own against the Dickinson Mavericks to open up the regular season. So goaltending going to be key tonight for both teams. Obviously, the offenses, whoever can strike first, it seems, in this matchup, is going to be the ones to lead the charge, and Minot High would feel a lot more comfortable if it's them up 1-0 over the Sentinels, who are really chasing them to take over their spot as really leaders of the soccer played in this city of Minot, North Dakota, especially from last year's 2 results. As we move along into our Prestwich Orthodontics players to watch, Prestwich Orthodontics specializes in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. You can enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. A lot to choose from on the Minot High side. While they do graduate pretty much every starter from a year ago, there are some top scorers that return to this team. 2 in particular. Dylan Oswalt, already 3 assists and a goal for him through just 2 matches this year, and a couple of those assists have gone to his junior classmate Tayson Solper, who has netted 5 goals through 2 matches this regular season. It is a high-scoring, high-flying Magi team on offense. Oswalt and Solper lead the way for Jordan Foley's squad this year. They've scored 9 goals as a team through their first 2 matches of the season. It's going to be tough to slow them down. Meanwhile, for Minot North, some rather new names in the WDA and new names to the Minot North Sentinels as well. Joining the team this year, Moses Conte and Christian Guerrero, 2 guys that did not play for the Sentinels a year ago, have already sparked the scoring for Minot North this season and stepping up in a big spot as the Sentinels lost their leading scorer from a year ago in Logan Ovitt to an injury before this season began. Conte has 4 goals, while his debut with the Sentinels, a hat trick as well. So watch out for these teams when it comes to scoring, because they have some strikers on the field tonight. It's about time to meet our starting lineups and have the playing of our national anthem. We will start with the national anthem tonight and take a pause in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show here from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Well, let's start meeting the teams here in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. As it comes to a close, we will start with the visitors tonight. Not too long of a drive, of course, as we always joke for a road game today. But winning games away from their home pitch is going to be big for the Minot North Sentinels to take a big step forward in year 2 as a program. It's a Minot North team that went just 1-7 outside of Sentinel Stadium in 2024. Already 0-2 on the road this year in some trips out east to Grand Forks. Here is a look at the starting lineup for Ellen Jebens' Minot North Sentinels in Game 4 of the season for them. They will have, of course, as we talked about earlier, Wald in goal. A lot of new names, or a couple of new names for the Sentinels here in year 2, specifically, of course, Conte and Guerrero there, but a lot returning for Minot North, but still very young. That's the big thing to keep in mind. They, despite having some experience last year, still a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing in the starting 11 for the Sentinels in 2025, but a lot to like for Minot North this year, especially up front at the forward position. Of course, having to replace Logan Ovid out with an injury, who is by far their leading scorer and best offensive option from a season ago. Minot High got their starting lineup in a little bit late, so their fun graphic is going to be in just a second. But just remind you, this Minot High team, while they're replacing a lot, still a lot of great players returning from a year ago. You look on the defensive side, Nolan Schmidt is returning. He's a junior in a loaded junior class for the Minot High Magicians in 2025. Of course, we talk about the offensive options in Oswalt and Solper, but their goalkeeper, Ian Stewart, he is one of just 2 seniors on the roster this year. Going to have to step up in a big way today. Just his first year as a varsity player for the Minot High Magicians, and the only goalkeeper on the roster as well. Minot High trying to defend home turf, which they did well last season. 6 wins in 10 matches. They also drew 2 games here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium in 2025. It's about time for kickoff already. Minot High in the all-maroon kits today. Gold numbers on the back. Minot North in the white tops and navy shorts with navy blue numbers. Sentinels 1-2 overall, but 1-0 in the record that counts, and that is in WDA play. That'll get you into the state tournament, not those non-conference games against Grand Forks Central and Red River. As Minot High going to kick off and have first possession today, going left to right on your screen. Minot North defending to begin. They'll be traveling from right to left. We are underway with WDA Soccer on the PSP Network. And right away, the Sentinels will take over possession after the kickoff. Play back to the defensive side, and that's really where Minot North will have to be strong tonight. Minot High, an attacking team on defense, and right away, a ball into the scoring area. And Wald, lucky to hang on to that one, seemed to fumble it a little bit, but will punt away, and the Sentinels' front forward line goes into action. And that combination, Conte and Guerrero, 10 and 28. Be on the watch for them today. They are really the stars on the field for Minot North today and throughout this season. First good look on the offensive side for the Sentinels. This is Moses Conte dribbling through some traffic. Will get a pass that's picked off by the Magi, and they'll try and move quickly across midfield. It's playing fast for Minot High. It's not something that's going to change with the amount of new bodies on the field from last year. They're going to play very fast. They're going to pressure you defensively, as the Sentinels will play one back to their goalkeeper, Griffin Wald. Conte just got up. He's kind of limping back behind all the action. Went down on that pass that was picked off. He's up and running again, playing in the middle, that forward line. Loose ball picked up again by the Sentinels. Nice slide tackle there and making some room, but it's going to warrant a whistle against Minot High in the midfield. Great tackle to begin that play, but it was just that extra pushing to keep the Sentinels away from the ball that will have the foul. Looked like that was 16 Oswalt maybe in there for Minot High. Free kick for North, going to land all the way to the 18. Long strike coming in, but high. Jaden Marshall with the first scoring look for Minot North today, and just a little bit too much power behind that one. Had some open space in front of him, not a bad idea. Test the keeper Ian Stewart in the opening seconds of today's game. Oswald still pushing players around, but ball's going to pinball its way backwards to the Magi, but a errant pass will end up with Wald again in goal. Conte goes to the left, now cuts back center. Played away by the Magi. Nice defensive stop there. And a crafty forward for Minot North. There's Guerrero's first touch. Playing it through for Minot North, weaving through some traffic. Eventually losing it. It seems we have another whistle, though. That was Jace Hoagland. And a yellow card already. I think Oswald's early activity out there has been a little bit too much for just 3.5 minutes into play today. And a very early yellow card will send off one of Minot High's best. So they'll call upon yet another junior, Matthew Wistison, to enter and keep things 11 on 11. Minot North, another good chance here. They've got Minot High a little bit rattled so far on the Magi's own doing. A referee explaining the card as Gavin Wald lines up the free kick. It'll be from 33 yards out. Over everybody and over the post. Got another substitution for Minot High. Moving pieces early in the first half today. Of course, if you're new to our soccer coverage on the PSP network, soccer, high school in general, substitution is going to be very common here, especially with the warmer weather. I even have the built-in water breaks as well around the 20-minute mark, but substitution is going to be very common for Minot High, although they don't have very deep of a bench this year. Played all the way back to Stewart, and he'll send that out of bounds. So a Minot North throw-in coming just next to the Magi bench. Now the Sentinels break down this game in the first half. Who's controlling it on their offensive side the most? It's clearly Minot North, but we are still very early in this match with some promising signs for the Sentinels. As here's a throw-in that goes into the box, but is headed out of bounds. Minot High is going to be able to clear this. Minot in motion down the far sideline. It's like trying to send one all the way into the goal right there was Ethan Hansen. We get another chance a little bit closer. Into the middle, a header is knocked away by Wald, but now he's out of the goal. Minot High still with possession, knocked down. A really nice play there by Maddox Rojas to get the Sentinels out of trouble. Wald went all the way out to the front of the box to try and knock down that header opportunity from Solper. That left Minot North in a pretty vulnerable position, but Rojas, the defensive play, it'll lead to Minot High having a throw in near the corner. Solper towards the center, Sentinels all over that. Oh, the clear is knocked down by his own teammate. Now they'll go step by step up the pitch until it's stolen away again. Looks like Oswald has returned for Minot High. Long pass to the near side, but a little bit too long. Solper is not going to get there. 6 minutes in, and a good time to remind you that UPS Store is a sponsor of the PSP Network, and our starting 11s today, located on South Broadway in Minot, open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7, and on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3. The UPS Store located inside the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Sentinels have had their opportunities so far, but got to remember to stay patient against Minot High. Such a high-pressure defense. Eventually there's going to be a hole somewhere. Got to make sure you capitalize on that. Emerson Reese has the ball stolen away, but the Sentinels will claim it right back. Rojas to Conte. Trying to go across the pitch, but it's knocked down in the middle. Still loose and still going to North. Going back towards midfield. Another great tackle again. Oswald making plays on the defensive side again as midfielder. You got to be the best of both worlds, and Oswald showing the physicality already. He has warranted a yellow card, so might have to knock down a little bit. There's a nice shot on goal by Emerson Reese, but an even better save, a full extension dive by Ian Stewart to save it. Closest shot of the day for the Sentinels from Reese. He's not afraid to fire. See it there. Minot North still with a throw in. Far side headed into the goalie box and will be picked up and punted away by Stewart. So the Sentinels come up empty again. A clear shot on goal from Reese. Just haven't broken through at the moment. Again, we're not even 10 minutes into action today, barely 8. But the Sentinels knocking on the door. This is stolen away by Minot. Miscommunication there. It's going to be a clear lane to the goal. Instead, here's a one-on-one with the keeper and Wald. A sliding stop. That's still live. Nope. Knocked down. And Minot North will play this one away. But well, both keepers are keys to the game. It's going to be on their play tonight. And both have just made great saves. Now in a one-on-one situation for Griffin Wald. I think it was Grayson Steele. Figuring out who that was with the shot for Minot. And now Steele's going to try and, well, steal one away from Minot North's defense. Trying to set up their forward attack, but nearly waited too long. Instead, now ball rolls free in the middle. Conte hit from behind, but play continues. It's the freshman Carson Fisk. Pass up ahead, but he slipped. Conte still down, as this one is sent high over the net on the Sentinels' own doing. Conte still sitting on the turf, and training staff started to run onto the pitch, but he's back up, and we're back to playing. It's to be expected in a matchup of all Minot teams. Somebody trying to show who's big brother, but Minot North has held up so far to what all the Magi defense is doing. Of course, a quick yellow card was already handed out to Minot. Throw in, goes to the center at 18, now stolen away by the Sentinels. And a little bit of a shove again. Seems Minot High a bit flustered right away. Had a really good look. Again, Steele. Nice defensive play now for the Magi. They'll bring it across midfield. Rolling ball inside the 20. Taken up by the Sentinels. 11 minutes into our 40-minute first half, scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Locations on North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. Minot North will quickly put an end to that startup of a fast break for Minot High. Get things moving in their direction. Shots just about even through the first 10 minutes of play. Each team has had one real good shot on goal, but one save for both keepers has kept this one scoreless. Offensive possession does favor the Sentinels early on. This will be a Minot High throw-in, though, and that ball travels out of bounds. Sentinels getting ready for, I believe, is their first sub of the match. Pass ahead, but nobody's there. And Stewart will send this the other way for Minot. Nice work by Hansen on his own there down the sideline. Keep that ball alive, just ran out of juice. But Minot's going to get another chance on yet another throw-in. Conte working against Fisk. He's going to get by his defender. Pass to the far side. Gonna give it up there to Jaden Marshall. More battle for the ball. Still back and forth. And now the Magi will get a ball to midfield. Picked up, of course, by North. Well, things restart offensively for the Sentinels. Guerrero across the pitch and deflected away by the Magi. Midfield will pick it up and play it ahead to Rojas for the Sentinels. Now Conte controls. Only be picked off again. Well, no, a pass deflected. Back and forth things go, but Minot North seems to be making some forward progress until that play. Offensive stop for Minot. Sprinting ahead. Steele. He'll look towards the middle, still dribbling. Here's a pass to the near side, but one pass was going ahead and looked like Solper was going back. And because of that, we have offsides against Minot. It was a real nice look for Tayson Solper running on the near side, but Solper, I think, trying to avoid that offside, started running back, and that pass from Grayson Steele was hoping his momentum would take him toward the net, but in the end, Minot North will take over possession. 25 minutes to play in the first half. Zeros on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Here's a good look for the Sentinels. 3-on-3 at the moment. Minot High retreating. Now they've got numbers. Play into the corner. And taken away by Minot High. Well, while things are still tied, let's wait for this possession to happen. Long pass ahead. Solper, can he catch up to it? No, Wall does. Kick goes off the shin of Tayson Solper and out of bounds. And now the subs will check in for Minot North. Looks like a whole 4 new players going to check in for Minot North. Gives us the opportunity to talk about a little bit of where things stand in the WDA soccer standings after just the first 2 matches have been played. Minot High has gotten off to a 2-0 start. Of course, they're looking for a 16th consecutive state tournament appearance. Not everybody was off the pitch just yet for Sentinels, so we'll try that throw in again. Magi qualified for their 15th consecutive state tournament last year, finishing 4th in the state. Losing to Jamestown in that third-place game. Definitely the objective to get back for Minot High. That's just tradition for them. They have the third most state tournament appearances of anybody in the West. And even with this new group, it's the same goals in mind for Minot. So they're 2-0. They're sitting in a tie atop the table as things stand going into just match day number 3. They're joined by 2 other teams with a 2-0 record. That would be Jamestown and Legacy. Of course, the Sabres, the defending state champions, preseason pick to finish first in the coaches poll. They got all but one first-place vote in that preseason poll, the other one going to Minot. Jamestown, a team kind of in the same situation as the Magi. They lost a lot of production from last year. Still a strong unit for the Blue Jays to try and repeat as West Region champions. That's a collision, a big one on the Minot High side of things, and a yellow card will come out this time against the Sentinels. Well, now things are even, cards-wise. I believe that was 26, John Clark. And bring Emerson Reese back onto the pitch. Clark again, I could tell, gets called for that yellow card, and now Minot High a free kick from 30 yards out. Taken by Oswald. And played away by the Sentinels. Might be picked up by Oswald again. Dribbles inside the box and right across the net. Now it's going to roll past the goal line. Out of bounds, but still Minot High looking like a nice chance here to finish our thought about the standings. You don't have to look too far to find the Sentinels right now. They are in 4th place, which at the end of the year, if you're in that spot, you're going to state. There's no WDA tournament. As long as you're in the top 4 at the end of the regular season, you will have a postseason ahead of you. Sentinels 1-0 with a win over the Williston Coyotes. Made a state tournament appearance last fall in their one conference match so far. Minot High still has it. A shot put up by Nolan Schmidt, but wide right. Still the Magi will have the ball and their second consecutive Serve Pro corner kick. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Corner kick 1, got pretty close to scoring. Here's number 2 for Minot. Missed a header. Sentinels, though, don't clear. Ball still rolling, and it's netted. The first goal of the game will come on the second corner kick. And the Magi take the early lead in the 18th minute. It was Schmidt who got a second chance. He capitalizes on it. Minot High had missed the header originally, and the Sentinels had a chance to clear, but it just didn't work. Ball went nowhere. It actually went closer to the net on that clearing attempt. And Schmidt, pretty much a wide open goal then to score on, and that he does. It's 1-0 Minot. 19 minutes into action today. So new score report on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Obviously the key in every sport and every game you could ever think of is to score early, set the tone in a match, and especially where over the first 10 minutes, Minot North really held possession of the ball and had 3 scoring looks. Just didn't get on the board. Minot High over these last 10 minutes have kind of flipped things, and they have now taken the lead on a Nolan Schmidt 19th minute goal on a corner kick. Halfway through the first half, Ian Stewart punt one away for Minot. Magi hold the possession. It was Gavin Wald. Had the ball knocked away. One of the freshman forwards for Minot North. This is a guy that's been putting in minutes for the team since last year as an 8th grader. Playing up front. And still so much of a soccer career ahead of him. Definitely a name to keep in mind as Minot North continues their climb towards the top of the WDA. They see it coming. Look at the landscape of West Region soccer in 2025. It's not too big of an ask, too big of a gamble to say the Sentinels, they might even qualify in the top 4. A very nice performance against a rebuilding Williston Coyotes team. A 3-0-0 win. It took him just 2 minutes to get on the board in that match. But of course, Griffin Wald, he pitched his first career shutout in net, getting them their first victory of the season. And even those 2 non-conference matches for the Sentinels, games they were leading or were tied at halftime. They've not trailed at the halftime whistle yet this season. They have about 18 minutes to make sure that streak stays alive. Obviously, trailing Minot High 1-0 at the moment. Sentinels team that's going to not one to look past anymore, as if they were last year. Just serve pro corner kick, the first one of the day for Minot North. Goes out of bounds, leads to a Sentinels throw-in. And now it's a Magi throw-in. Coming up in just about 20 minutes time. Our Magic Towing halftime report. Remember the phone number 701-509-4011 and call Magic Towing whenever you need a tow. There's no job too big or too small serving Western North Dakota. That's Magic Towing 701-509-4011. Yikes. That one going at his own teammate. It's straight out of bounds. Minot High, a throw-in on their side of the pitch. Trying to extend the lead early on in the first half against Minot North. Of course, last year on aggregate, the Magi took down the Sentinels 16-0 in their 2 matches. Sentinels definitely driven by that. In the first year of varsity program, that was kind of the biggest matches of the season on the schedule. Of course, 2 victories over Dickinson and 1 win over Williston, which was really an upset last year. Of course, the Coyotes went off to the state tournament. It was a 5-4 Minot North victory, but those games against Minot High were kind of the biggest ones in the first year of varsity soccer for the Sentinels. And, of course, for the Magi, maybe one of those where you kind of expect to push right by him, but especially in the second season now of this rivalry, in the second season for the Sentinels, they're getting much more of a fight from Minot North in this first half. Magi with some numbers. Steal in the middle, and now near side. The flag is up as Matthew Wistison controls. And now play will stop as offsides is the call. Wistison just got ahead of the Sentinels defense there. Had a nice route to the goal, but got an early start. Well, quickly things have moved in the Sentinels' direction. They will have a Free kick after that push off by Minot High. Able to set up their offense now in hopes to tie this one before the halftime break. Ball rolling into the box toward the net, but it'll roll just to the left. Stewart doesn't even have to touch it. The theme from watching North play last year on offense, they got a shot, they took it. No matter how far away it was. Could be from 30, could be from right around 20 yards, but Sentinels were a little over-eager maybe to score at times. And much more of a controlled offense we're already seeing to begin the 2025 season. Now come with a great ball handler in Moses Conte running the middle. Of course, Wald, with his experience he got last year, play off of Conte. And same with Christian Guerrero. .13 minutes and change to go in the first half. 1-0 Minot High on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. With locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona, visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. Conte on the pass from Aaron Garza will send one in. Leaping to make the save was Ian Stewart, top shelf. His second save now. Conte's first shot. And that'll lead to a whistle in the middle of the pitch. Oswald seemed to outjump the Minot North defender. Kind of flipped over top of him. Oswald making sure that is a penalty against the Sentinels. He's already got a yellow card against him, one more, and he's out for the match. Same thing goes for Minot North. They've already got a yellow card of their own. It's going to sail towards the sideline and well out of play. Nice catch on the Minot High bench. Sentinels bringing in two substitutions. I think they're both re-entries at the next whistle. There is the whistle, but it's against Minot North. Malachi Baldwin, a little bit too much contact there as he was trying to get that ball away from the sideline and out of possession of the Magicians. Free kick lands in the box, but the Sentinels will be able to take that one away. Give the credit to Lester Fuentes. He was outnumbered. There was about 3 maroon jerseys around him, but as soon as that ball hit the turf, he took it away. It starts up the Sentinel offense again. Play to the middle, and Jaden Marshall runs to the near side. Up it off to Guerrero, now gets it back. Sorry, that was Aaron Garza. Now the substitutes come in for the Sentinels. It's two forwards entering for Minot North. Jace Hoagland and Christian Guerrero this time. Maddox Rojas, the freshman, holds the ball on the near sideline, ready for a throw-in. Gets it to Marshall, and right away, whistle against Minot North. Well, early it was Minot High with a little bit too much contact, trying to set the tone in that matter today. But now the Sentinels playing from behind have turned up their aggressiveness a little bit. Don't mind it at all. Sentinels a pass ahead, long run. Oswalt collects. Now dumps it off to the left side. Still rolling. Wald is out. And there will be no score there for Minot High. Ethan Hansen had the last chance for the Magi as Oswalt gave it away, but it's like Griffin Wald has been sent off. There's a scuffling there with Hansen trying to score, but Minot North's goalkeeper is now out of the match for a little bit as Minot High sets up a corner kick. It seems that there was a yellow card assessed on Griffin Wald for what he was doing down there. So Minot North will have to figure out their goalkeeper situation now with their regular goalkeeper out. Their backup is Macklin Kelly. He was a starter tonight, the defensive side. They will play down a goalkeeper. And I think they're even down a man, too. Still subbing players off. Well, now they're running somebody back onto the pitch. Yeah, so Kelly will get the red jersey. That'll signify he's the new goalkeeper for Minot North as Griffin Wald is taken off after receiving a yellow card. So Macklin Kelly, now it's 11 on 11. Minot North has the substitutions they need, and they've got the goalkeeper situation figured out. Now we're ready for a Minot High corner kick brought to you by ServPro. Oswald takes it from the far side. Magi 1 for 2 on corners today. That was a close one, but it wasn't even Kelly with the save there for Minot North. Sentinels still trying to play this one away. Instead, Hansen's going to pick it up, fire, and it goes over the crossbar, but a huge help there by Lester Fuentes. He got the leg on it to save that second goal from scoring for Minot, and right away Griffin Wald is back into the match. Serves the time on the bench after the yellow card, and now Minot North has their goalkeeper back. Creeping towards halftime here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Just 8 minutes remain in the first half. A 19th minute goal by Nolan Schmidt on a ServPro corner kick. Is all the scoring so far. Even in Minot's second victory of the season, a 5-2 win over Century. Yeah, 5 goals, a big number, but it really wasn't until the very end that Minot started pouring it on against the Patriots. Century hung around early, but Solper got going in the second half, and Minot, it ended up being sort of a blowout of sorts in the soccer world. 3-goal victory. And on the heels of a 4-0 win over Dickinson. So what the second half brings for Minot High, but as long as they hold on to this lead, got to be pretty happy about that. They've really limited Minot North's chances. I mean, we talk about the first 10 minutes. These last 13 or so, 23 or so, really, Minot North hasn't done much offensively. Conte had that one shot, but Wall to drive, couldn't get one off. And Ian Stewart has had to make just 2 saves to keep this shutout through one half of soccer. Sprinting ahead with a pass to Gavin Wald. Stewart out, and he'll pick it up. That was Jaden Marshall that kind of initiated that momentum for Minot North. Comes up empty again. Now Wald pressures the ball. That will be a foul. Hit Carson Fisk, and both players hit the deck. Already seen 3 total cards be handed out in the first half. A yellow for Minot, and 2 of them against Minot North. I'll say from very little experience watching high school soccer that's kind of a rarity. Across the pitch pass is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Minot High. Briggs McKibben to play it back in. Coming up on our Magic Towing halftime report, a look at first half recap. Lots to break down despite just the 1 goal on the board. Also a look at the upcoming schedule as we begin week 1 on the PSP Network. We've got this variation of football going on right now, but after this, a whole lot of American football to come up on the weekend for PSP. Our bigger schedule this year with the addition of PSP Dickinson. More on that during the break. Also share a little bit of our upcoming soccer schedule. Make sure you got those dates in. Plenty of Minot High and Minot North. Still 4 minutes to go until then. Minot North, a couple last chances before they go to the locker room and assess the first 40. Wald spins. He's on the right foot, but now Fisk has it stolen away by Moses Conte. Now Fisk to get it back. Tell you what, he has really shined bright for Minot High in these last 3 minutes or so. The freshman. Now on the run, a shot in. Wald is going to knock it down. And that's his second save. That was Steele on the run. Still Magi possession. Hansen had it stolen away, kind of in a triple team there. Conte, speaking of being a triple team, had all maroon jersey around him. Now lets the offense, the forwards catch up, and Marshall. Conte another touch. Looking for Marshall in the middle, knocked down by Oswald. Now a play after the loose ball. Go to the Sentinels, and Jace Hoagland played away by the Magi all the way back to Wald in goal. 2.5 minutes remain in the first half of play. It's in these last 2 minutes when you think really nothing can happen that often stuff does. And just ask, maybe don't ask Minot North what happened in the last 2 minutes of their game against Grand Forks Central. Game they had the lead in the final 4 minutes. He was gone. Rojas stepped onto the field of play before he got rid of it, so that'll be kind of an unforced turnover. And Minot High will wait for a Minot North sub. Now put the ball back in play. A giant crash there, and another yellow card is going to come out. This time against Tayson Solper of Minot. Ran right into Jaden Marshall with the leg out. That's a second yellow card against the Magi as a team, first against Solper, but definitely something you'd have to keep in mind in the second half. Another one of those for either of the players already that have received a yellow, and they are out. And their respective teams going to have to play a man down. Solper out for the last minute and a half of play before the break. Looks like he's on the forward line for Minot. Defense still strong for the Magi. They've rotated a couple players in, but they've played well so far against the Sentinels. Now few and far between offensive chances. Oswald a long run in at the free kick. Getting down to 60 seconds to go before halftime, but that one's headed out of bounds by the Sentinels. Looking for a quick throw in here from Fisk. Hands off to Oswald. Look for Hansen. That's deflected out of bounds by Rojas from Minot North. Oswald wants it. Another throw-in that the Sentinels are going to deflect. And now all the way to the midfield line. Headed back across, but the Sentinels pick it up. Reese. Back. Guerrero up ahead. Here's Gavin Wald. Touch pass to Conte. Lined up straight away from the net, but will hand off. Instead, it's stolen. Magi knock that one down, and that might be a great way to end the first half for Minot. Final seconds are going to tick down as that ball rolls out of bounds. A real nice stand by Minot High right before the horn. North was on to something there. One last chance in the first 40 minutes to try and even the score. Instead, they fall a little bit short, and we will start our Magic Towing halftime report on the other side of this commercial break.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
A 1-0 score at the half on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's Minot High in front of Minot North, but a hard-fought first 40 minutes. It's still anybody's game when we go to the second half in just a few moments. But before we do that, let's recap you on the action from half number one as part of our Magic Towing halftime report. Remember, their phone number 701-509-4011. Whenever you need a tow, there's no job too big or too small for Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. Again, that phone number 701-509-4011. Well, the Minot High lead took a little bit to get there. First, let's start with what Minot North did on offense to begin this game. From those first 10 minutes, kind of what we've referenced a lot throughout that first half, Minot North had plenty of opportunities in their offensive zone, and it came from a lot of different players. Marshall, Reese, Conte, everybody kind of possessed the soccer ball with good looks. They put 2 shots just high of the net, 1 on target. I believe that one was from Reese, but that gave Ian Stewart, Minot High's goalkeeper, his first save of the game, kept the Sentinels off the board. From then, that point, at around 10-minute mark of the first half, things started to shift for Minot High. They had those few fouls early, a yellow card as well factored into the Magi getting off to a bit of a shaky start there, maybe a little too aggressive to begin the game, but the offense would come around for Minot High. They'd get a corner kick that was trying to be played away from Minot North, but a header that was missed by Minot High. They did get a consecutive corner kick right after that. Oswald sent it in. Another missed header from Minot High, but as Minot North tried to clear, it was kind of a swing and miss by the Sentinels, if you will, landing right into the scoring shot of Nolan Schmidt as he would get Minot High on the board. Schmidt in the 19th minute scores Minot High their first and only goal of the first half. From that point on, Minot High still kind of controlled things offensively. Their pressure defense got the Sentinels off guard just a little bit, but Minot North at the very end of that first half, we're talking the last 10 seconds or so, a real nice look. Everybody got a touch on the forward line as things were moving ahead, but Minot High got a boot out there, knocked the ball away, and ended the first half strong for the Magi. So their 1-0 lead feels a bit bigger right now momentum-wise over the Sentinels, but it's a good reminder this match is only a 1-goal difference, and for the Sentinels, a much better hill to face than what they were going up against last season in their 2 matches against the Magi when this game was almost put away in the first 40 minutes. It's been a much different story tonight from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. 1-0 to score, Minot High in the lead. Looking at the goalkeeper stats, Ian Stewart for Minot High, he has 2 saves on 2 shots on goal. He has held up very nicely for Minot High. Their defensive line, of course, helping him out quite a bit, limiting Minot North's real strong shot chances. A couple that missed high for Minot North and 1 to the left, but on goal, Stewart is 2 of 2. Griffin Wald, 2 saves of his own, but 1 got by him on that corner kick, and that one a really hard one. He made the stop initially, but the ball just didn't go the right way, clearing by his defense, and that got Minot High their 1 goal. So it remains just 1 career shutout for Griffin Wald. Still a nice performance, though, with those 2 saves early in the match, but of course has a yellow card against him. He stopped the progress of Hansen on a scoring attempt, but got a little bit too physical in their altercation there and was on the receiving end of a yellow card, 1 of 4 yellow cards handed out in the first half of play today. As we run out of time here in our halftime report, let's take a look at that promised PSP schedule this first week of action in the fall sports season on PSP. Tomorrow, the football season kicks off for us. Valley City at Velvadrake Animus Garrison. A lot of intriguing parts to that matchup. Valley City moving down a class from AA. Velvadrake Animus Garrison, the #1 team in the state as voted by the media. And then out west, the launching of PSP Dickinson as the Trinity Titans host the Bowman County Bulldogs. And more exciting than ever, Class A Region 4. Now that they have 1 extra team, they're playing conference games all season long. No non-conference for anybody in Region 4 this year. And then, of course, that giant schedule on Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, and all the way through the night. The Region 4 9-man Jamboree from Mandan High School and Starion Bank Stadium. It starts at 9:30 a.m. with our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Grant County Flasher, a team to watch this year in 9-man football. They go up against kind of the re-upstarts, the revamped Standing Rock Warriors in 2025. Take you all the way through an 8 p.m. kickoff in the Central Time Zone. Richardson, Taylor, Hebron, and New Salem, Almont. Should be a fun couple days of football. 7 games for you on the PSP Network. But, of course, our soccer action to begin it all. Not disappointing just yet. The teams are back on the pitch, and we're about to get started with the second half of soccer next. I don't think we even have time to take a break. That was a very nice Magic Towing halftime report today. Again, their phone number 701-509-4011. 1-0 Minot after 40 minutes of play. It'll be Minot North starting with the ball in the second half. Traveling left to right now. I feel like there might be some pressure there in the halftime conversation. But I think a lot of things for Minot North to build on. A lot of good things they saw in that first half. Again, this is just a 1-goal game at the moment. They have found some really nice offensive possessions, some really nice shots on goal. I think the one to keep in mind, that top shelf shot that Ian Stewart had to get the max vertical jump on to save. But Minot North will begin. The second half with the ball. It's right away stolen by Minot High. Got a note while we're still getting into the second half. It's a long charge by the Magi, stolen by the Sentinels. We're back to having Dwayne Carlson Stadium sunsets again. And tonight, pretty bright one set out there to the west, just behind the Minot North bench and the tree line. But always a portrait picture of a sunset at Dwayne Carlson Stadium here in the fall before things get too cold. 45 seconds in, not much accomplished for either side. That one's going to be picked up by goalkeeper for Minot, Ian Stewart, and sent away. I think bring up our Northern Plains, heating our keys to the game again, which is really just goalkeeper play. Of course, you can just judge that one by the scoreboard, 1-0 but both keepers have been pretty much even today. If you want to get a little bit more specific for Minot North, definitely focus that strength on the defensive side. The scoring might come along later on. They've gotten so many good looks so far, but make sure that defensive unit is standing up to the task of these great forwards, these scoring players for Minot High. Key for Minot High got to be get those scorers involved. Oswalt and Tayson Solper. Of course, Oswalt 4 points coming into this match, 1 goal and 3 assists, and Tayson Solper 5 goals through 2 matches, including a hat trick. They have not gotten in the book just yet. It was Nolan Schmidt in on the corner kick that scored the first and only goal of the match so far. Sentinels with possession on their offensive side. Play it to the middle. Rojas play things back now, but kind of a short pass. Still North has possession of it. Already the physicality on display in the second half. Guerrero there called for a little bit of a foul on the sideline. Could just let that ball go out of bounds, but not without a challenge. I mean, it's what you would expect if these teams played on a basketball court or any other sort of sport. Going to try and send a message, but so far today, both teams now walking a bit of a tightrope when it comes to how physical you can be. 4 total yellow cards handed out in the first half, and that means 4 players are just 1 more yellow shy of a red, including Minotaur's goalkeeper. Free kick for the Sentinels. Header in the box. Stewart gets in front, and the Magi will clear it. Back to the Sentinels back line. Immediately a pass goes back into the box. Deflected. Sentinels keep possession of it. Trying to get through some strong defense there for Minot High. Dribbling on the far side, and eventually a steal by the Magi. Strong to keep that ball. A move forward. And again, the Magi defense heralded as one of the best in the West. Back-to-back strong possessions for Minot North that have ended without a goal. Minot High going to quickly restart things and catch Minot North in transition. Sentinels do recover pretty well. Not out of it yet. There's a long pass towards the goal. Hansen stops. Tries to control it, now plays it to the center and Steele. Steele through a double team, lost it. Rojas clears it to the near side, and it sails out of bounds. So the Sentinels defense, there's a nice stop. Of course, they were outnumbering Minot High, but Magi, some nice passing there, nearly opened up a window to shoot. So the Sentinels will force the Magi to throw another one in. That was Macklin Kelly, the kind of two-way player, if you will. Plays a little bit of goalkeeper. Has not gotten any action yet this year, except for when Griffin Wald is just sent out on a yellow card late in the first half, but also plays on that defensive line for Minot North. Wears number 19 when he's not in the goalkeeper's kit. Like the defense we've been seeing to start this second half. Going to be tough for Minot North to find the equalizer. Now, the one thing we've kind of been missing in this match is a fast break. Not many teams getting out in front. Minot High had that offsides called against them. There was kind of a scuffle on the sideline, arms in the air for Minot North. There was quite a tackle and a flip. I think that was started by Briggs McGibbon of Minot High, but it was where nobody was looking, so we play on. I think it was kind of both sides. The defense is playing strong. Well, now here's the fast break opportunity. Hansen for Minot High, controls with the right foot. Crosses over, he'll swing one in for goal number 2 for the Magi. Ethan Hansen doubles Minot's lead. What did we just say? Haven't seen much of a fast break opportunity for either side, and Minot High gets one, and they take a 2-goal lead. Credit Tayson Solper with the assist, so Minot High's leading points getter now has his first assist of the season. 5 goals to 1 assist, and of course credit Ethan Hansen with goal number 2 of the night for Minot High, and now things do feel like they're slipping away from the Sentinels. Gotta remind yourself, though, on that big old scoreboard on the north side of the stadium, 33 minutes remain for Minot North, but against this rigid Minot High defense, it is going to be quite difficult. A bit of a hitch in their momentum for the Sentinels on this play. Wald still working his way in. There's a shot, but it will end up wide right. Like Wald was really the only one that had a look there for Minot North. A little congested there in the middle of the pitch. Leads to no goal for Minot North. 2-0 Minot on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. So I'd like to thank Ryan Family Dealerships for bringing you this broadcast of high school soccer on the PSP Network. For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com, which is one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Minot High, maybe you could hear that sideline from all the way across the field asking for pressure as Minot North was just trying to play one back to Wald and punt one away, and it was that pressure that had Wald sail it out of bounds over Minot High's sideline. Leads to a Magi throw-in their offensive zone. Not satisfied yet with a 2-goal lead. Team that has a plus 18 goal differential against Minot North in their 3 all-time meetings now. Rojas, a nice interception. But he plays it right away back to Minot High. Here's a steal in the middle. Ball trades hands, and now the Sentinels work it up to Conte. Conte spins, but didn't have enough on that pass to complete it. Sentinels defense able to help out. Conte again from about 26. As a shot knocked down immediately. Play toward the net, a one-handed save by Stewart. Didn't really look like the greatest of shots right away from Emerson Reese. He slipped as he sent one in towards the net, but that one was on target. Stewart gets the left arm out, knocks it down, and will force Minot North into a Serve Pro corner kick. Their second of the match so far. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Minot High has scored on a corner on this side of the pitch already. Minot North needs one now. Played across the face of the net. Header goes high and over the net. Minot North will get another chance, though. Here comes another Serve Pro corner kick for the Sentinels. Same last touch by Minot High as that one cleared the goal line. Gavin Wald will put boot to ball from the near corner. Again, sails one. Just a little bit too much there for where play was concentrated. Conte able to track it down, though, for North. Now a loose ball. Reese getting back into the mix. Moving some players around, goalie down, and then a foul is called against the Minot North Sentinels. Reese couldn't get away with that last shove. Wald had a wide open look. Sentinels nearly convert on their first goal of the game to cut the deficit in half, but that foul inside of the goal box gives Minot High a free pass to get out of that situation. And Minot North's got to be happy with the amount of looks they've gotten today, but they don't score one goal tonight. That one's going to be tough to look at on the scoreboard. Minot High, though, such a good defensive team. Can't take any credit away from them. They tied for the most shutouts in the WDA last year. Funny enough, they were in a three-way tie for first place when it came to shutouts with the top three teams in the West region, along with Jamestown and Legacy, and it's kind of that competing group again. Have to imagine early in the WDA season to contend for another conference title. Already one shutout for the Magi this year. That came against Dickinson. 2 goals conceded to Century, but nothing yet for Minot North. First substitution of the second half. Aaron Garza comes in for Minot North. He plays a lot of minutes off the bench for the Sentinels. Was in a big role for the team last year, and with the emergence of Guerrero, Conte on that new forward line, Garza has kind of been put into a first off the bench role for Minot North. Still an important position to play. We have another yellow card. This one's going to go against Emerson Reese. He's been in the midst of a lot of pushing and shoving in this second half. A foul earlier in his offensive zone, and now a yellow card will send off Emerson Reese, making that the third yellow card against Minot North today. And told you once, tell you a second time, I haven't seen this many yellow cards in one of the maybe 8 matches I've ever seen. Long free kick all the way to the net. And Wald will wisely let that one sail past the goal line. So you get a stoppage for equipment for Minot North. Gives us time to thank another one of our great sponsors. This time it's Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. Call now at 701-852-1700 to place an order. Planet Pizza serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Tell you what, if you watch that PSP Network football coaches show, we've developed quite the appetite for Planet Pizza. Back to the action we go. 27 minutes remain in the match. Minot High a 2-0 lead. 19th minute by Nolan Schmidt. And immediately in the second half, it was Ethan Hansen on the assist from Solper. Ball stuck in the midfield. There's an up-ahead pass, another chance for Hansen. Receives it at 18, rolls one through the legs of Wald. Gets a second opportunity, but it's wide left. Hansen, 2 chances. Wald couldn't save the first, and it was just Hansen off target on the second one. Nearly put this game to rest. Oswalt with a real nice leading pass, and Hansen collected that ball right on the 18, but could not convert on 2 chances. So the score remains 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Now Hansen's going to get the ball right back. Hansen working one-on-one, dances to the right side, fires one in. This time it's wide right. A contested shot this time from Ethan Hansen, but oh my, he's getting close to netting a second goal of the night. Still 25 minutes remain. Minot High's offense kicking into high gear. But defense has been there all night long. A lot of people would call this Magi team a young team. They have just 2 seniors after graduating 13 from the 2024 squad. But of the 2 seniors and pretty much an entire remaining roster of juniors, this is a very experienced team. Got a lot of varsity minutes last season. Playing behind 3 All-Staters. Another look ahead for Hansen. Can he pick this one up? He will not. Wald slides in front, still a rolling ball towards the goal line. And Minot North avoids a third Magi goal for what's got to be a fourth time in the last 2 minutes. Hansen, I mean, he has been the center of attention right now. Already one goal in the second half. Here's Fisk again. He's going to dribble into the box on the near side. Fisk to the goal line, now turns around, faces up the offense. Stolen away. Nice play there by Minot North. Got to get a number on that one. Sentinels move right along, looking for Conte. Sliding stop will stay with the Sentinels. Conte past Schmidt, but now a pass that's picked off. Bryce Gibbons takes it away. The defensive stop for Minot North. Give the credit to John Clark for stopping what Carson Fisk was doing. Dan Reese trying to shoot one in from straight away, but had a defender right in front of him, and then a long, looked like what was a shot from Macklin Kelly goes wide. So free kick here, and a punt away by Minot High. Speaking of Minot High being young but inexperienced team, kind of a scary team to face. Any sport, you get a team that can be called that. They can pose some danger. But for these first three matches, obviously not the toughest of schedules to face right away for Minot High. Taking on a Dickinson team that still trying to grow things there. Of course, Minot North, a 4-win team from a year ago, but definitely heading in the right direction. A challenge tonight from the Sentinels, and Sentry, not a team to look past, but I mean, they haven't played many of the top teams yet in that preseason poll. They will next week, though. Minot High trying to put things together, get everything going right for these first three matches of the season before they take on the defending state champions and preseason favorite Legacy on the road. That's next week, Tuesday. 5:30 kickoff between the Magicians and Sabres from Bismarck. Minot North will also be in the capital city on Tuesday night as they take on the Bismarck High Demons. That's a match where if Minot North wants to move up the standings, they got to have a win against Bismarck. Here's a long shot in. It goes right across the net and past the goal line. Got a Minot High player down on the far sideline. Training staff is over right away, and Minot High trying to figure out who that was. Getting help on the sideline, but got a lot of yellow card exits now, an injury to the Magi. We get to the final 21 minutes of play. Playing an hour of soccer tonight, 2-0 Minot on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Trying to let that defense do its thing for 20 more minutes and hold on to a third consecutive win in conference play to open up the 2025 year. Minot North brings in a really interesting substitute right now, an 8th grader, Kai Prescott. And this team was pretty much all 8th graders last year, but Prescott now in his 8th grade season has already contributed to the team. He has an assist so far, and He moves into that forward kind of midfield line, kind of play all over for Minot North. Another young player along with Gavin Wald to just remember as this program continues to grow for Minot North. He's an exciting player in the middle for Minot North. Kai Prescott. Reese, a pass ahead. It finds Prescott. Coming to the goal line, Stewart slides for it, and it will go out of bounds. We'll see who last touched it. Looks like it was Minot High, so here comes corner kick number 4 of the night, third one of the second half for Minot North. Take from the far side now. Quickly into action, a little bit high out of the box. Oswald playing it, heads it forward, and a foul against Minot North just as Oswald kind of ran out of real estate. Oswald still down, asking for play to stop for a few seconds, catch his breath, get back up, and get that ball in the right spot. Another leading pass, but really never had a clear target. Trying. Have to assume for Ethan Hansen again, who's gotten lucky in the clear a couple of times tonight to find some shots, but has put in just one goal for Minot High on 3 shots. Sentinels have just over 17 minutes to go in this game, but they got to come back from a 2-goal difference to earn at least a point. Remember, 3 points in the standings for a win, 1 point for a draw. No points if you lose a match. And the great thing, I think what maybe makes the regular season of soccer in North Dakota more important, the most important of any sport in the state, is that every match matters towards state qualification. It's not just you play your games to get seeded in the tournament. Here's a shot from Minot that's going to go high. And the Sentinels will be able to clear, hopefully. Griffin Wald sending this one away as 2 more subs re-enter for Minot North. But going back to what makes soccer so great here in North Dakota, there's no tournament. So in basketball, you know, you might play your games, and if you don't perform well in the regular season, you might have that play-in game, a single elimination, but most every team is going to get a really great opportunity to qualify for the state tournament in one weekend. But in soccer, there's no tournament of its kind. You have to go out and play in the WDA 16 great matches of soccer to finish in the top 4 and qualify for state. So this game matters just as much as a game in October. The objective, got to get a point at least out of every match, especially for Minot North, one of quite a few kind of fringe teams when it comes to kind of predicting their state qualification this year. And you circle their next match against Bismarck High as a giant one for the Sentinels. We're already off to a 1-0 start in conference play. There's a long pass collected by the Magi, but really just didn't have the room to make a good play on the net. Punted away by Wald, only to be picked up by the Magi. They stay on the offensive side. There's a new name into the game, Callan Hoyt. Hoyt across the net. Oh, a nice leading pass there, but it was just in front. Think of another young Minot player. Hoyt, just the 8th grader in the match for Minot, going down the bench, resting some of their starters' legs before this final 10-minute push. I want to say that was 7 Matthias Miller out there for Minot High. Didn't get a clear look at it, though. Here the Magi go again. Take a few steps back to go few steps forward, though. Into the final 15. Roll right past the goal. As things heat up here in a 2-0 Minot High lead. Good time to remind you that the best way to predict your future is to create it. With over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you learn the degree for the career you desire, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. That's Minot State University, helping put on today's broadcast of high school soccer on the PSP Network. If you do like what you're seeing and you haven't already, can't even read that, but subscribe to the PSP Network and follow us on X, Facebook, Instagram, all of them, at Network PSP. Stay up to date on all the schedules we have. A big schedule this year of high school sports from the fall all the way through the spring. If having 7 football games this weekend isn't good enough example of how much we're going to be doing on the PSP Network this year, I don't know what is. Max Rojas going to work in the middle of the pitch. Still with it. Now a tackle by Minot High. Near side, Guerrero fighting through the defense. Bit of a jersey hold there. Fisk. And that will bring about another yellow card. 6th yellow card of the match. And Fisk will have to go off. I think he just realized the severity of that call. Well, if Minot North needed some help getting some good looks, here it is. With the clock stopped at 12:49 remaining in the match, they will take a free kick from just 21 yards away, angled to the near side. Guerrero is going to take it for him. Everybody lined up on the other side. Guerrero strikes one right towards the net. A save by Stewart, and then volleyball spikes the return opportunity out of bounds, leading to a Minot North corner kick. But Ian Stewart, who hasn't had too many tests in the second half compared to the first, stands tall and now will have to one more time on another Minot North Serve Pro corner kick. And wasting no time, getting the ball back into play. Header towards the net. A second one from Guerrero. Went off to the left, just didn't have the angle on it. Loose ball. Sentinels thought they had it. Instead, it's stolen away by Minot at midfield. Pass up ahead to himself from Grayson Steele. Keeps things moving on the near side, and then kicked away by Guerrero. Nice recovery there from Minot North's midfielder. Hey, what? That corner kick opportunity. A second header by Guerrero. He had a lane there to score it. He kept that ball to the inside, but it went off the opposite way. That led to a breakaway for the Magi. Possession goes back to the Sentinels. In the air. Now the Magi control at midfield. Sentinels running low on time left today to make a 2-goal comeback against Minot High. Try and even this one. I think for Minot North, though, just 1 goal would. They just need to see 1 score tonight to go home a little bit happier. They've had plenty of scoring opportunities. It's been about even, though. It's not like Minot North has been outweighing their shots on goal compared to Minot High tonight. It's just the Magicians on a corner kick and a fast break have found their 2 goals today. They've capitalized on the best of opportunities. Minot North have had to work for theirs. Of course, that last corner, a good shot by Guerrero on the header. But there's been a Minot High defense in the way of all of them. Trying to avoid the shutout, though, are the Sentinels. Got to make sure that this deficit doesn't grow over the last 10-ish minutes. Keep this one within somewhat of a reach, but every second that goes away, and Minot North, it's more and more difficult. And now a serve pro corner kick as Minot High tries to nail one more. They've got their kind of young group out on the pitch right now doing the Magi. They'll roll that corner kick into play. Sent in a header on the assist. That goes off the football goalpost. What a look there for Minot. Initially, that was a shot coming in from about 25 yards away. Then it turned into a header that just spins high. Score remains 2-0, but now 9 minutes remain for the Sentinels. And you're going to need one quick goal and then try and create another if they want to come back. But Minot High's defense right now playing too well around the midfield. That's really where this the only separation in the game has been are defense positions. Now it's going to be deflected out of bounds and into the trees. It's more work for the ball kids tonight. Really good that we have about 10 of them today. Sometimes there's only 2. This game does go final. We'll have the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com. Helping clients work toward financial freedom. We'll hand out our Sport Clips MVP and Spas, etc. Move the game. Ball stolen away by the Magi. That was definitely one of the last few opportunities for Minot North tonight. Everybody getting dizzy around the soccer ball right now. Eventually Hoyt's going to pick it up. Ball rolling to the far side of the box. Left foot strike right across the net and out of bounds. Final 7 minutes. Moses Conte trying to do something but got walled off from retrieving his own pass. Just goes to say one more time the job that Minot High's defense has done. And for a team that is, as everyone else will say, a little young right now. Basically a team of just juniors and freshmen and 2 seniors. You rely on your defense as much as Minot High does, you're going to stay in a lot of games. I think so often, here's a free kick from the corner for Minot North. And that is stopped by Minot High. Sentinels have to reset. So often you'll see in this sport, the younger teams have a tough time kind of keeping up. The defense kind of a little bit shaky at times. What you saw often from Minot North a year ago. Obviously a team of 8th graders then. Minot High can rely on their defense this year. Good thing's going to be awaiting the Magicians in 2025. Shot in from Fisk, going to miss high. Get the turf on the shot and kind of looking for a whistle or something. As conservative as Minot High can play right now, the better. Take that extra pass if you can. As Minot North feels the pressure now. With just 5 minutes left. At least trying to avoid the shutout here against their crosstown rival at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. But as Minot High stops another run, it seems that it's going to be hard to avoid tonight. Ian Stewart, a handful of saves, some real good ones as well. Back to that one-handed save that he made on a shot early in the second half. That's a nominee for our Magic City Home Leisure move of the match. Steal in the midfield for Minot High. Maybe one more scoring opportunity of their own tonight. Good recovery by the Sentinels, but a nice move put on. 2 defenders. That one played in the middle. It's saved by Wald. That was some incredible ball handling there. Dropped 2 defenders. It was Wistison. And the defenders on skates there just came up short of a goal. Three minutes to go. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, Magi 2, Sentinels none. Odd tackle and takeaway there. And now another whistle. So still got a player down for Minot. Take time for it. Clock will stop at 2:36 and that player off. Another 8th grader coming in now late in the match for Minot High, and Connor Jackson. Starters out of this one for Minot High. And there was one more goal look for Minot North. Keep saying one more. Kind of had plenty here in the last 5 minutes, but unable to get a clean shot away. Kind of an awkward shot even from Sentinels there. Stealing a pass ahead. Conte shot. Saved by Stewart. Well, looking ahead one more time to next week's action for both Minot High and Minot North. A trip to Bismarck on Tuesday night. And maybe the biggest matchup of the early part of the season. Minot High and Legacy, top 2 in the preseason coaches poll. The only 2 teams to receive first place votes. The Sabres coming off of a state championship. And Minot High looking for a conference title here in 2025. Shot wide right. Tell you what, this 8th grade and freshman group for Minot High not shying away from adding on to a 2-goal lead. I guess it's not running up the score when you get the JV kids in and they're just looking for some of their first varsity points. And it's only a 2-goal game as well, so Minot High with just a minute left. It's all about the defense, though. An extra goal would just put the cherry on top to another rivalry win over Minot North. Their third in a row. One more stop by the Magi. And time ticking away from the Sentinels. Down to 22 seconds to go. That ball will travel up into the air and back down. Magi possession, 15 seconds left on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. A 2-0 lead, and Minot High. A pass knocked down. Sentinels will not even get one last shot off. Magicians move to 3-0 in the WDA. Much closer than the last two meetings, but the Magi pitch another shutout, the third in a row to the Minot North Sentinels. A 2-0 victory today. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show is next on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
A final score tonight. Minot High 2, Minot North 0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We welcome you to the planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Shots Crossroads is your postgame headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. You know, I was having to knock off the cobwebs today. It's been a long time since we've done all those ad reads. I don't memorize them anymore. Need the read sheet today, but Minot High, a 2-0 win over Minot North. today at home. A first fun night of soccer on the PSP Network. Let's break down all the action we had tonight. A really competitive match between these 16th Street rivals here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Minot High got on the board first in the 19th minute thanks to Nolan Schmidt on a corner kick. Kind of had two in a row and capitalized on the second. I wouldn't even call it just the second opportunity. The third opportunity on two corner kicks for Minot High. A header on the second of two official corner kicks was missed. Minot North tried to clear. They were unable to do so successfully, and Nolan Schmidt found a wide open goal to score Minot's first goal of the night. It was their lowest scoring performance of the year after netting 9 in their first two matches, but they were quite successful tonight in the fast break, the few fast break chances they had, and it was right on cue with what we were talking about at the time. Ethan Hansen found a wide open path, and that was one-on-one with Griffin Wald, and he would score, doubling Minot High's lead. That was right out of the halftime break on the assist from Tayson Solper. Magi gained a 2-0 lead, in their offense, which had held strong all night long, did so throughout the very final seconds as well. Never wavering was this Minot defense today, and we will honor them for it in our postgame show when we hand out some of the awards. But they earned a shutout tonight against Minot North, their second shutout of the season, and specifically their goalkeeper, Ian Stewart. A couple of great saves today to keep the Sentinels off the scoreboard. A team that was gaining momentum on offense was Minot North throughout the day, but Stewart and that defensive unit for Minot High kept them off the board for good over 80 minutes of soccer. That was a replay of tonight's match. Minot High, a 2-0 win over the Minot North Sentinels. The Magi improved to 3-0 overall and in conference play, 9 points in the WDA table now for Minot, as they will prepare for a massive matchup on Tuesday on the road in Bismarck against the defending state champion Legacy Sabres and preseason favorite to win the WDA. Minot being number 2 in the preseason never feels good. A chance to prove themselves against the Sabres next weekend. Minot North falls to 1-3 overall, but just 1-1 in the conference. That's the thing to keep in mind. They might have a well below 500 record overall, but in the record that does matter, the conference standings, which will get you to the state tournament, they are 1-1, still 3 points. They'll be right there in the middle, and they also have a big-time matchup of their own against Bismarck High on Tuesday night, a 7:30 kickoff there against the Demons. Tell you what, the Sentinels, if they want to keep moving up in the standings, gaining traction here in year 2, taking a point or probably even 3 going to be necessary for Minot North to keep moving here in the right direction as we begin the 2025 season. Well, enough talk about that game. Let's talk about a little bit more. Handing out some of our awards tonight on the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show, beginning with our Sport Clips MVP of the match. Sport Clips bring the MVP of today's matchup. They are the home to the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like that MVP experience at Sport Clips. Check it online with the hairstyles today at sportclips.com or use the app. I always like the defensive focus here on the PSP Network, but I got to give credit to the goalkeeper tonight for Minot High. Just his third varsity start, third varsity appearance. Ian Stewart pitches his second shutout already. One against Dickinson on the opening night of the season, and one of them today against a very stingy Minot North team that had plenty of opportunities today, but it was because of Stewart's play, especially a save we're going to be talking about in just a moment, that kept Minot North off the board and out of this matchup throughout. Ian Stewart, tonight's Sport Clips MVP. He's also going to take home the Magic City Home Leisure move of the game, a one-handed save in the second half of today's match. It was 1-0 at the time being, and Minot North sent one in from just on the edge of the goal box. It was a nice cross-net shot, but Stewart caught up to it, got that left arm extended, and batted one out of the sky to keep Minot North off the board and the shutout intact for the remainder of the day. Didn't have a tougher save the rest of the way, but that one stuck in the mind for the move of the game today. Also had one. Took a shot away from the Sentinels on the top shelf in the first half of that one arm save in the second. Going to give Ian Stewart a second award of the day. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Magi on a hard-earned win. And got to talk about the Sentinels' perspective after a 2-0 loss like this. Of course, always going to sting when you lose to your rival, especially for the third time in a row. But, I mean, just looking at the scores will tell you enough that progress is being made for Ellen Jebben's team in year 2 as a varsity program. Just a 2-0 loss after being outscored by 16 goals in 2 matches last season, and they will move on to Bismarck High next week. Well, that puts an end to our coverage today, the opening night of fall sports action in 2025 on the PSP Network. We thank you for tuning in. Join us for 7 football games starting tomorrow and throughout the weekend. I'll be in Velva. You can also catch action at 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain from the Bijou Activity Center in Dickinson as the Titans of Dickinson Trinity host the Bowman County Bulldogs. And then, of course, you can meet the whole crew in Mandan on Saturday with games starting at 10 a.m., the 9:30 pregame show, all the way deep into the night from Mandan in the 9-man Region 4 Jamboree. That does it for soccer tonight. And our planning team financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Once again, I'm Owen Patterson, repeating your final score for the final time. It's Minot High 2, Minot North nothing. We'll have plenty more WDA soccer action throughout the fall. You can join us then. But until then, have a good night, everybody.
Nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
At Shots Crossroads,
We make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.